All right, is there a microphone? Where do you think it is? Do you think it's desktop audio? Yeah, but I don't have media player in here. It should be, though. You're absolutely right. It should be playing, though, because that's just a straight up thing. You want me to try it again? You're right. I don't see it. Well, here, let me play it again. You're right. I don't see it here. All right. What if here, tell me if it does now. Ready? And then I'll turn off desktop audio.
The boundary of human achievement. The new frontier.
It's just a cough.
Yeah, right. And the earth is flat.
It's coming through
Treat
now.
your cough seriously with Robitussin CF Max. Nothing lasts longer and treats more symptoms for your cough, cold, and flu. Robitussin, because it's never just a cough.
In a few moments, you will have an experience which will seem completely real. It will be the result of your subconscious fears transformed to your conscious awareness. Warning, this tape must not be played by government personnel. It can be extremely harmful and result in severe trauma. You have 5 seconds to terminate this tape. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hold him. Now you listen to me, you hillbilly punk who thinks the world's still round. I'm here to tell you it's not. It's flat.
Lexi, tell us something interesting.
Okay, the Earth is flat, and a witch stole his pants.
Flat Earth expert Mark Sargent thinks the moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
Hold on. I know how we're different. Do you believe the Earth is flat?
I know it's flat. I walk on it.
Holy sh**.
Do you think the Earth is flat, Snoop? What do you
It's a flat world after all.
Smoke weed every day.
It's definitely the triple digits, but I don't know exactly. It's a ridiculous number. Find that out for me before we
broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship currently at war with mainstream science. Meanwhile, the peanut gallery is feeling like he can see the future. After that debate, it's obvious the red team will win the election. No doubt about it. What possible Hail Mary could the blue team pull off?
Michelle Obama.
Ixnay on the Eshelme. Welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which propose that all of us are living inside a Truman Show enclosed structure thousands of miles wide. Just Google Flat Earth Mark. If you can't find it, well, you're just not very good at the internet. Currently, the show is on Tuesday nights at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, and yes, Caroline, if it is not July 2nd, 2024, the year of the Wood Dragon, then you are listening to a rerun. Quote of the day goes exactly like something I think a lot of people will guess. If my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit. Anyone? Anyone? Peanut got it. You got it. Patricia got it. I know she did. My co-host is the one, by the way, that's a metaphor for the political race that's happening right now. My co-host is the one, the only, Patricia Lynn Steere. Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. That debate was a pile that still stinks from here in Houston, Texas. It's bad. It was bad. It was fun. It was hilarious. And it was really sad. And of course, I've mentioned before, I don't vote. I know you don't vote,
No.
Mark. So to us, it's theater, but really, it's theater for everyone. But everyone doesn't realize it's theater. That's the problem. People think this is real. It's serious. These two men are vying to be the leader of the United States, and it's nothing at all like that because they aren't leading anything. No. They can't even really, tie their own shoes at this point. It was funny, though. Biden was funny. I've often said that I like Trump only because he's funny. I don't mean he's a comedian, but I mean the things he says and the things he does are kind of funny. It's a big ego, and there's a kind of weird, lovable quality to that big ego. But Biden actually was the real comedian this time. I mean, it was almost unbelievably bad. And the funny part of the whole thing is how all the Democrats exploded on their radio shows, on their TV shows, in their blogs, and in whatever form, and were shocked that Biden had a bad performance. Right. Have you been watching him at all over these past couple years? It seems as if they haven't been, and I think the press has protected people from seeing the truth about Biden in any sort of left-wing media material. But everyone knows now, and what's going to happen next? Does anyone have any thoughts aside from the whole Michelle Obama possibility? Kamala?
We do have some thoughts, and we will cover them in a little bit. But thank you for that. Right. Thank you for the intro on that, though. But this is going to be the most awkward segue ever. Hey, Patricia, being that you are one of the most undesirable people ever, it must be hard for you to find Flat Earth friends. Do you know an easy way to find cool people like yourself and solid info about our stationary, horizontal, level plane?
Well, I've tried Tinder, Plenty of Fish, Match.com, but, aside from trying to find people there, they're all horrible. But there is no information about our plane. So instead, I've decided to turn to the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app that David Weiss created. And ever since I discovered that, my dating life's been great.
Yes, it's the perfect gift for friends, family, and complete strangers. Watch the featured video every day for 2 weeks and see what happens. It'll be the best $2.99 you've ever spent. Oh, so sleepy. And because it's 10 p.m. on the East Coast, it's time to say goodnight to one of our listeners, Paige. She just put on her Wally Gator pajamas, got a cup of cocoa with exactly 6 tiny marshmallows, and will probably listen to the playback in the morning. Good night, Paige. Shout out swell to Flat Earther Stephen Carpenter of the Deftones, a true rock star in many different ways. Support the Flat Earth cause and get the coolest hoodies ever. Go to thestrong.family, won't you, and pick up some merch. Mailbag. I did get one cool little thing in the mail from Christian Sanchez, friend of the show. From
just one thing?
I know, right? Well, I think the mailbox. Remember, I live.
Did your mailbox fall down?
Well, the mail. I shouldn't pick on the mail, but they tend to hold back some of my stuff because I'm on an island, so they give it to me in mass. So if they collect like certain number of boxes, they'll be like, no, we got one more coming for that address. Just wait till tomorrow. They don't care here. But I did get, those metal plates that you see on gas station walls, like Mobil Oil or different gasolines.
Oh, I know the ones that you're talking about.
I got one, which is beware of Sasquatch. It's Sasquatch country.
That definitely deserves to go to Karen B.
What? No. Normally I would give this to Karen, but it's like, nope, I've got magnets. I got some Neo magnets. I'm putting this thing on my fridge. So there you go. I thought that was kind of cool. It's going straight on my fridge. Sorry, Karen. I've given you a lot of Bigfoot stuff.
That's so huge. It'll take up a huge percentage of the fridge. It's not like an ABC Plastic Kids magnet size.
It takes up most of the upper freezer door. Or the upper, at least one half. But you know what? I'm keeping it. So, groovy. Sorry, Karen, you don't get that. Meetups. Well, we got a series of meetups real quick. There's promos on my channel for the following ones. Flat Earth Hollywood live meetup. It's going to be July 12th. They're not going to be protesting, but they're going to be camping outside of one of the showings of Fly Me to the Moon with Scarlett Johansson and who's the lead in that? Is it Josh Hartnett? Who's the guy?
Maybe.
Who's the lead in that?
It
doesn't matter. It's okay. Anyway, so they're going to be out camping outside that particular showing. That'll be kind of fun. The promos and the links, if you guys want to get involved, remember it's coming up July 12th. Check that out on my channel. There's a meetup in Wisconsin, July 27th. That promo is also on my channel. There is a Flat Earth Utah stargazing camp-out fireside jamboree. That is a long title. And yes, I know they say stargazing. What else are you going to call it? Lights in the sky gazing? They got to call it something. That's going to be August 2nd through the 4th. Channing Tatum, by the way, is the lead.
That's a person who I don't know who it is. I know who Scarlett Johansson
Channing
is,
Tatum? Yes, you do. Magic Mike. He was the guy. He was the young. You never saw Magic Mike? He was the guy that played the young buck that played against the veteran who was Matthew McConaughey in Magic Mike. Okay. Oh, and Chris Evans and Woody Harrelson are also in it. That's kind of fun. Flat Earth Meetup, Atlantic City, New Jersey, September 13th. Flattoberfest in Spartanburg, South Carolina, September 27th and 29th. You can go to flatearthfestivals.com, get all the information for that. And Patricia and I will be on Jeranism's channel, the VIP event, July 6th, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. And
something like that, and 2 Central.
And 2 Central. And before you do your shout out to the chat rooms, we should do. I'll write this in for next week and every other week after that, which is shout out your channel, please. How do people find you, Patricia?
Channel. Although my other channel's long since gone and deleted, but Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes lives on because some of the old videos have been located and put on my channel that's relatively new. The name of the channel is Patricia Steere. And if you're looking at the screen right now, you'll see the spelling of my name and you might be able to find it. There aren't that many videos from the old days on there, but in the future, I'm going to be making videos there. But I did get a strike recently and can't broadcast live for a while. So, it's Patricia Steere. And also, once you're there, you can check out some of the other links to my Instagram. And that's the real Patricia Steere. So check that out and follow me on Instagram if you like pictures of decor and food and cats and things like that. Nothing to do with our stationary plane. Well, I guess everything has something to do with our stationary plane. Come to think of it, because that's where we live our lives.
Yes, very, very true. So who do you got? Who are you looking at?
Well, in the chat room today, we've got Lowry. And he said it's nice seeing some of the old videos again, flash from the past. In fact, I watched the video yesterday. It was a premiere, Mark, of you and I, the very first time that we spoke on camera together. The first time we actually ever spoke on a video was on Strange World. But I called in with a telephone and spoke with you on Strange World. But then later I had you on my show. And that video, the first time Mark and I talked, it's actually really fun to listen to. And we had a nice chat. And it was in 2015. And if you look at us then and look at us now, you'll say, man, you guys aged. Sorry. That's
What's
life.
that?
But it's a really good video. It was a good video. So go check that out on my channel, Patricia Steere. Anyway, Oxbow Spirit, Mr. M, Jason Ray, Half Tater, Deanne K, Chuck Jr., DJ Newman, Angle of Elevation, Anthony Lackish, Grant's Pants is here. And I think someone is asking for a wrench. Is that true? I don't know. Tony Coriola says your intro is fire, Mark.
Oh, good.
And probably glad you have it back. Hello to Zulu1 and Bill K. And he says, hello, flatards, but he means it in a, quote, loving way, unquote. Anyway, so hello, chat room. Give the video a thumbs up. And that's all I've got to say.
All right. Well, I was going to give Peanut his wrench. However, I can't do it right this second. Because it's time for the headlines.
Headlines.
Yeah, cue sound effect here. So we've got some spacesuit and general space headlines, and then we will go into the political stuff, which will take the bulk of the time before we get to Clown Worlds. And I think I've got 4 Clown Worlds. Hopefully you guys will like them all.
This is all Clown World. The spacesuit thing is Clown World.
Yes.
I mean, let's be real here.
Technically speaking, yes. From our standpoint, just about all the headlines are Clown World. Let's start with the obvious. This is from Gizmodo. NASA's ISS spacesuit situation turns grim. Please.
Are they going to live? Are they going to be okay? I'm so worried about
I'm concerned. I have
in that studio here on Earth where they film these ridiculous things. I'm so worried. Maybe they don't have very good craft services this week. It's just so heartbreaking.
After recent frustrations with postponed spacewalks, a key partner for developing new ISS spacesuits for NASA has pulled out, adding insult to injury. The spacesuits, despite that the first ones, that were done in the 1960s, looked like motorcycle suits. They have gotten more and more complex, even though, again, the odds, there's some statistics here which should throw people, which is, first off, nobody's ever died from a spacesuit accident, ever. In fact, no.
Which makes absolutely no sense. If I'm outside doing gardening, part of my clothing catches on something and there's a little rip or a tear. I mean, it just, that's what happens when you're doing active things.
But it was the inspiration behind, for want of a nail, the whole spacesuit challenge that I put out there, which is like, look, the spacesuits do not make sense. When the astronauts fall on the moon, when they used to fall back in the day, on rocks all the time, no one seemed to care. It's like, wow, I would think I would check for a puncture. I would be paranoid about falling. I would think about dying constantly on the moon. They didn't care. Absolutely had no qualms in the world. Plus, of course, the little things like the spacesuit has apparently, especially in the self-contained backpack, which nobody can explain, has an unlimited supply of oxygen.
Right.
Okay.
And it can, and when it's really hot on the moon, it can cool you, and when it's really cold on the moon, it can keep you warm. Where's that device for us here on Earth that we can use?
They're absolutely perfect. No accidents, no cuts, no nothing. I mean, look at these things. These are the most bulky. And if you've seen what the spacesuits nowadays, how they have to get into, you cannot get into it by yourself at all. It's not even.
You need a dresser.
Yeah, you do. You need multiple people to get you into the suit, which begs the question. It's like, okay, who took off your suit when you were at the moon, and what kind of suit was that? Why didn't you just use that suit? Anyway.
Right. Well, why don't they use all the things that they used when they went to the moon?
Right.
Oh, that's right. They say they lost all the technology.
Yes.
And it's a painful process to rebuild it, quote unquote.
It's just so aggravating.
Those spacesuits in that picture look like they're wearing small bouncy houses on their body.
They're huge. And then we'll get into accidents that don't seem to matter to anybody. The first one is Russian satellite breaks up in space, forces ISS astronauts to shelter. And I'm sure.
How do you shelter on the ISS? It's a car speeding out of control. You can't shelter on that.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. Where do you shelter?
I only want to read the first paragraph on this because the rest will just make my blood pressure climb, which is a defunct Russian satellite is broken up into more than 100 pieces of debris in orbit, forcing astronauts on the ISS to take shelter for about an hour and adding to them.
Okay, so if pieces of it hit the ISS, what would occur? The ISS isn't built with anything that can protect it.
Right. It is plastic and aluminum and some titanium, and it's all paper thin.
And of course, it doesn't even exist. We're just going with what they say it is. But yeah.
It is the very premise, by an argument I put out there for a number of years, it is the very premise of the beginning of the movie Gravity with Sandra Bullock and George Clooney, who dies in the beginning, spoilers. Because it's basically a one-woman show. It's the whole movie, just her trying to survive in space after this. What happened was a satellite ran into another satellite, and it cascaded into just this wall of metal that was flying at thousands of miles an hour. It hits the space shuttle, tears it to shreds. She's lucky to be alive, and she has to try to find a way to get to another space station thing, and she does, by like jumping, for 2 hours, and that's the premise of the movie. It should have happened by now. Anyone that knows anything about stats knows this should have happened by now. If one satellite goes careening off, it pinballs into another one, and the whole thing just the sky turns into a death festival. No one sees. In this case, it's like, oh.
Well, of course, you'd have to have actual satellites up there, which there aren't, and then you'd have to have an actual ISS up there. But there isn't, and you'd have to have actual people in this thing. So that's why it never happens. However, you think they would have written that into the script.
Would have thought.
They need to make the script better because it's really boring.
You are telling me. It is just awful. Meanwhile, let's go off to somebody else who's blowing up stuff. Chinese firm's answer to SpaceX's Falcon 9, get this, right? Blew up in a giant fireball, I watched the video, after it accidentally launched during a test.
So the Chinese suffer from premature ejaculation, I guess.
From a aerospace.
There's drugs
from an aerospace standpoint, yeah. Yeah, it's like, really, come on. The redundancy safety systems on any sort of rocket. I don't care if it's a satellite or a probe or.
I don't know how it happened. It just exploded.
Yeah, I was just cleaning it and it went off. It's like, what? It's really that's the excuse. And again, the footage is not flattering. It's like, okay, I don't have the words for it. So,
but at least this is honest, because what happens with these things that they shoot up, they all explode. Yeah. Some within our vision and some outside of where we were able to see
This thing didn't even, as far as I could tell, didn't even make it to 30,000 feet. It just got up, the engine cut off, and it's like, all right, whatever.
Well, you know what they say? Space is hard.
Space is hard.
That's what they say.
2024, we're just blowing up rockets. Still, why? Because you have to kick the can down the road so that everyone forgets. And honestly, with the population we have now, it does not surprise me at all. Let's go to this one. We don't have a lot of space stories left, but this one. So get this. NASA contracts SpaceX to crash the ISS into the ocean.
This is insane. This story is insane. It's just, is this the way they're going to do it? I wanted something super dramatic that they could pretend to happen, where it explodes and there was like a nail-biting event at the last moment. And
a government, a large government organization, NASA, is going to subcontract out the decommissioning of their 23-year-olds.
And pay Elon Musk a ton of money, a man who doesn't really need money, and to crash it into the ocean. Oh, well, you know what? I guess they don't care about the oceans anymore, but all these people are caring about global warming. Right. But what if it hits a whale? Or, it just seems... The
guy that designed the Cybertruck, which will go down as one of the worst cars in automotive history, you're going to pay him actual money to crash, well, again, a fictional thing. So how hard could it be, right? And again, when was this going to happen? That's a wonderful shot, by the way, the ISS. And a little fun fact for you trolls out there, there is no time lapse of the construction of this thing ever in any component. There should be a complete time lapse of this thing. You know how the government loves to document stuff. Not this. And then the Chinese.
What about the Chinese one? The Chinese one they say they have up. Do they have any time lapse of them building it?
Nope. And they built that one in 18 months.
By the way, because they can't, because it's not there. And there's really almost no way to fake that.
And I don't want to drag this one out, but two quick things. One, they say they're going to do it by 2030, which means everyone's going to forget about it by next year, and that's going to be pushed down the road. Because I've heard this for a while. Then they are going to pay SpaceX about $850 million to do it.
And I think in pounds, it's something like 666 or something.
Nice.
somebody did the conversion,
Yes.
and I think it's pounds and something along those lines.
We will see, and it's 430,000 kilograms. Again, I question.
Just a bunch of junk. Just toss it in the ocean. It's cool.
I'm sure it's fine. Whatever. Yeah, it's just.
Well, all of these stories have one thing in common. They are all programming us to believe there's space and man is in space.
Yep.
That's what they all have in common.
And it is all ridiculous. Again, space is fake. Don't believe it. It's made in a Hollywood basement. Don't buy it. It's absolute, and the production value is terrible. It's been terrible, but the general public has been so dumbed down, and they believe so much stuff that they're just again, we kick the can down the road, and people are like, oh, well, they'll get to it eventually. No, they won't.
People elected Trump. People elected Biden. That explains why people believe that space is real.
Good. Also good point. So this from
also people got injected with things and wore masks.
Things that we're not even technically allowed to talk about in
That's right.
detail.
That's why I just called them things.
I know, medical misinformation. By the way, I got hit, little on a side note, I got hit for a Strange World episode, the one I showed you with Daphne Rimmel, which was from 2016, I believe. Went all the way back. You remember, 2016, that's way before the pandemic. Why? Because I was talking about other shots in the arm, which you're not supposed to do. You are not supposed to contradict the CDC or the WHO in any way, shape, or form. So in the world of politics, as you know, there was a debate. In case you missed it, there was a debate a couple of days ago. Last Thursday? Last Thursday.
Even those of us who don't vote, we watched it anyway. Maybe you did too, for the exact same reason.
I had to watch it because it's like, well, people are going to be talking about it, so let's get into it.
You just want to know what it's all about.
It was, objectively, I'll say this. It was fascinating to watch because I've never seen the rules set up for a debate the way it was, to where microphones can be cut off. And
that was all for Biden. Those were the Biden camp's demands, so that Trump couldn't talk over him.
And the moderators weren't even allowed to interrupt anyone from either side. They definitely weren't allowed to interrupt Biden because they didn't want to. Well, again, there's reasons for this. We'll get into it.
As he trails off sentence-wise, right. I mean, how do they know when they can actually talk?
Exactly. And they weren't allowed to interrupt Trump either, because they didn't want to take the off chance that Biden was talking to, about Trump. It's like, oh, no, we don't want to get into that because that could screw it up too. They didn't want to leave any excuse on the table to where Biden supporters could say, oh, Biden would have done so much better if this would have happened. It's like, no, I've never seen moderators shackled as tight as they were. It's like Jake Tapper shut up during the entire thing. I mean,
isn't Jake Tapper pro-Biden anyway?
Oh, he's CNN is pro-Biden. That's the point.
Right.
When the moderators, when CNN, the show that's hosting it, doesn't even attack the opponent at all. And it's like, okay, again, they left Biden to his own device. Because of that, he trailed off, he whispered, and he talked like this. And then we don't know what he said in some cases. And because of that, afterwards, the media, again, they had the reins taken off, and the media was allowed to say that Biden did a terrible job. And it's like it was, like you said, like it was a surprise. Like it's never, ever happened before. This is a brand new thing. And
we saw the man fall upstairs, people.
Yes. Yeah. And
we've seen him sniff children. It's not secret.
Yeah.
This is out there. You don't need to go to the dark web to watch these videos. They're out there. They've been out there. You can probably find one every day somewhere where he says weird and crazy things.
And because of this is from the AP, despair in the air for many voters. The Biden-Trump debate means a tough choice just got tougher. And this was one of the lighter articles. We'll get to some of the heavier ones after the break. This is a dyed-in-the-wool Trump supporter. I don't think I'd be caught dead in a shirt like that, to be honest, except maybe on the 4th of July. And it's not the 4th of July when he watched this. Where was he? Americans gathered to watch parties, bars, bowling alleys, and other venues to watch U.S. President Joe Biden and his Republican rival, former President Donald Trump. And then
that picture's got bowling alley written all over
doesn't it, though? That's a classy dude right there. And
he actually looks like he's probably funny.
And Peanut's going, "That's my cousin. Don't talk to me." Don't say that.
Look at his yellow watch, man. He is committed.
Oh yeah, he absolutely is committed.
He's got a style and he's committed to it, and I respect that.
Before we go to break, I do want to mention this though, which is right after that. which was, again, don't think anything by accident. So the debate was on a Thursday, and then the following Monday, the Supreme Court comes out and says, oh, yeah, by the way, Trump's got immunity on a whole bunch of things. And then immediately after that, the DA, or the prosecuting attorney, the PA, he comes out and he says, so the sentencing that we were going to do next Thursday, yeah, we're pushing that off till the end of September because they don't know what it means. There's like, we have no idea. Can we even do? I mean, now the Supreme Court supposedly is on his side. What if we make if we throw the book at him, will that just get overturned immediately? So they have no freaking idea. But before I go to break, I want to mention this.
And I want to mention one thing too.
I talked about this months ago, which was you don't have to worry, and we'll talk about this after the break. You don't have to worry until the conventions start. And the first convention, which will be the Republican convention in 2 weeks, and then the Democratic convention, which will be the end of September. This is what I've been waiting for, which is the setup for this is going to be monstrous. But again, we'll go into those stories after the break. What did you have?
What I wanted to say was the Biden family themselves, while they were posing for photos for Vogue the day after, including Biden, all spoke. I think they were at Camp David, and they said about the event, when press said that, well, what they're probably doing while they're doing the Vogue photos is trying to convince Joe to step down. No. Instead, they all decided that the reason the debate went so bad for Joe Biden is because his makeup artist made him look too pale and he looked weak. Yeah. No one was looking at the makeup.
No, you didn't even have to watch the screen. All you had to do was listen. And it was horrifying. Okay, we are going to go to our first break. Hopefully, I will make sure to click the audio on the desktop thing. I'm getting the break stuff all set up. And when we come back, we will finish up the headlines and then do what we normally do. So let me minimize this, and we're still on.
And maximize that.
And hang on, I gotta make sure I do this right. We're gonna do first break.
New equipment.
Introducing the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock App Meetup Maker. Never miss another meetup again. You can look up meetups in several different ways. Sort by date. You can search by location or within a 500-mile radius. To create and list your own meetup, enter the date. Give the meetup a name, a location name. Add a photo. Enter your contact information. Create a group chat name and then fill out the description with all of the details. Select your background color and hit the Save button to add your meetup to the list. Once the meetup is saved, it will ask you to create a group chat for all of the meetups so people can join the group and start a local chat community. Select Public Group. Add your welcome message, and your meetup is now available for all to see. To make sure you don't miss another meetup in your area, you can select your desired radius and whether you want push notifications or email or both. Whenever a new meetup is added in your selected radius, you get notified. The Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock Meetup Maker, bringing people together all around the plane.
Join me, Karen B, every Moon Day at 9:30 a.m. for Coffee Talk on YouTube, Rumble, and Rockfin. You never know what you'll learn about in the coffee shop. Open topic and open phones, y'all. You can also go to flatearthfestivals.com for updates on the latest news for Flattoberfest 2024 And also for meetups, local meetups. If you want to have your meetup listed on flatearthfestivals.com for free, please email flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 2 of 4. It's you, me, and the always perfect Patricia Steere. And you know what? That was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album.
Night and day.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Patricia. All right. Where do we leave off?
I want to say hello to Krista Orman and her husband. They are into Flat Earth for about 2 years. And they met you, Mark, in Vegas, and they go to local meetups in the Phoenix area, and she wrote me. And they have a cat named Miko, too, who's really cute. So wanted to say hello. Nice. And thanks for writing me. If somebody wants to write me, they can. My email address is patricialynsteere@gmail.com. Or you can go to my YouTube channel if you're subscribed, and you should be, Patricia Steere. And then if you go to the part where you can find people's email addresses, click here. It will just shoot me an email. But it's patricialynsteere@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Okay, back to our top stories.
Our top stories. Okay, so the debate happened, and of course, immediately there's people that are overreacting, Chicken Littles all over the place. And there was a little quote I was going to read, but I was going to read this headline first. This is from Newsmax. Okay, so this is Red Team, right? I'm just going to read the headline here. Red Team says, top Democrats rule out replacing Biden amid calls for him to quit the 2024 race. Okay, I got that. You're thinking, well, that's the Republicans. Of course, they're going to say that. Oh, no. Here's the Democrat side. This is NBC News, almost basically blue team base camp. Democrats are talking about replacing Joe Biden. That wouldn't be so easy. Democratic Party rules make it almost impossible to replace nominees without their consent, let alone smoothly substitute in someone else. And I want to read just a little excerpt from this as I have the headline out.
All the money that he's raised or has been donated to his campaign, where would it go if they let him go? That's like a huge issue, because it wouldn't go to Kamala or Big Mike or whomever, and Gavin Newsom, God forbid.
No, I'm not going to say that, Peanut. And by the way, Peanut asked me earlier if I would still have my fingers. You know, I'm forbidden by law to touch any fireworks. So, but by that I mean federal law. So yes, yes, every year during the 4th of July, I get a little side. Oh, you know what? I'm not wearing a 4th of July shirt. That's fine. I don't really care. I've had my fun. I did a lifetime supply of fireworks before I got out of college. Let's put it that way. So,
well, you've got blue eyes. I have red hair, and we're white, so we're set.
Nice. Privilege much? Okay, so here we go. So where does that leave the presidential race? I just want to read a couple paragraphs from this article. To listen to the bedwetting Democrats, right? And this is Democrats saying that.
Whoa, they called themselves bedwetting.
Yeah, well, because there's now division in the Democratic Party, which is there's some people that are saying we need to get somebody new now. There's other people that say can't change a horse midstream. You know, that whole thing. It's like, does anybody actually change horses midstream, or is that just a Western thing, like a myth? Anyway. Biden needs.
How would it work, actually? Walk me through.
Biden needs to drop out of the race and let a new nominee emerge as the party's convention in August, which we'll get to. Let's be very clear: this isn't going to happen. Biden won't drop out of the race because of a lousy debate performance, and if he's dropping out, there is simply no mechanism. If he's not dropping out, there's simply no mechanism to replace him at the Democratic convention. Not true. If by some outside chance he does withdraw, Vice President Kamala Harris will be the Democratic nominee in November. Also not true, which we'll talk about in a sec. By running to reporters with suggestions that he will drop out, Democrats are making a bad debate performance much, much worse. Democrats can engage in all sorts of woulda, coulda, shoulda about what Biden should have done, and maybe they're right that Biden shouldn't have run for re-election, but at this point, the die is cast and Democrats have little choice but to dance with the candidate who brung them. That's a terrible use of that word. Quite frankly,
it's not a bad debate performance.
Right.
Ugh, it's a bad presidency. The entire time he's been bumbling and stumbling.
Yes. So
anyway.
What they're getting at here, and in fact, let me see. Do I have? Yeah, this we'll stick on this one. So Peanut and I have come up with a scenario. Patricia, I think, is on board with it as well. Which is what they've done is they have set up. Again, this is brilliant. Normally, I criticize think tanks all day long. It's like, oh, you guys really need better writers. Whoever wrote this particular part, what happened, transpired in the last week, that guy needs a corner office right now. Give him more projects to work on, because what he's done, he or she has done, is they've created this weird scenario, which all comes down to timing, which is now, because remember, up until now, 3.5 years, the blue team has been just sleepwalking through it. They're like, oh yeah, we got this. We got Trump on the ropes in court. We got this. No problem. Now they're running around like the sky is falling, right? And to the point where there's articles like this, where there's people calling for him to resign. Turn the thumb off. Oh, I've got that. Sorry. 1 second. Peanut's giving me stage direction. 1 second. Gotta turn the thumb off and put Firefox back on. Is Firefox back on? Yeah. I don't see it visible. Do you see it visible? No, it's not visible. Oh, hang on. I gotta make it visible.
We're kind of using equipment and things that.
I know. I am running stuff in the background. Peanut will give me the thumbs up.
And I'm just sitting here doing nothing. I like my.
Okay, so yeah, Patricia just has to be there and look sophisticated.
Say some things once in a while.
She classes me up. The whole Ginger Rogers thing. So what happens now is we go to the convention. So in two weeks or so is the Republican convention. The Republican convention is going to be a big party because, again, it's only going to be Trump, and people are going to say, oh, Biden doesn't have a freaking chance. Now we got this in the bag. And it's like, wait a minute, when have I heard that before? Oh, right, 4 years ago. You said the same thing. We all went to bed about midnight. It's like, oh, yeah, the swing states are going Trump's way. We're going to wake up. Everything's fine. Wake up. It's like, Joe Biden president. It's like, how the heck did that happen, right? So did you guys forget about that 4 years ago? You think that wouldn't be pulled against? So here's where it gets interesting. So my Peanut and I, again, Patricia may or may not be on board with this, is you wait. Don't do anything. You just have Biden hobble along, put some groundswell in the background. You get to the blue team convention, which is going to be the end of
Just make sure he's always got a teleprompter and somebody to lead him off stage.
Right.
Because he can perform kind of reasonably well when propped up Weekend at Bernie's style with the teleprompter and his wife to lead him off the stage. But like in the debate, if you let him speak on his own, it's game over.
Right. So you get him to the final, get him to the convention, and then you have him withdraw. Now, the article's right. They can't force him out. There's no legal mechanism to force him out. You have him not accept the nomination, sort of like Lyndon Johnson back in the day, where he didn't accept the nomination. You have him not accept the nomination, and then it's like, and then before anyone has a chance to panic, you walk in another ticket. So Kamala's out, Biden's out, and the mystery ticket, if I had to take a bet right now, I'd say it would be Michelle Obama as lead, as president, and possibly Gavin Newsom as VP.
Yeah, I know.
Cover both demographics. You tick off both boxes. And again, you get Barack to sneak in as a third term, even though
he's already been here anyway.
Right, right. He's never left. He's always been there. And that's what I would, again, because at that point, here's what happens if you do that. The Republicans do not have a chance to respond quickly enough, which is, if you don't know, normally when you're muckraking, you have a target. If you don't know who the target is until the end of September, well, then what is it? What we figure out, like 2-3 weeks later, you've got the write-in ballots. In fact, it's 14 days. Yeah, 14 days. You have the write-in ballots already starting. You don't even have a chance to even respond at all. Now, if you want to know if it's staged, you want to see if the ballots, after that's announced, again, this is my prediction, because we got plenty of time before now and then, we got like 7 weeks. If that gets the point where they announce this brand new ticket at the convention, then it would be kind of interesting, because ballots take a long time to print up, unless they say, oh no, we're going to do these rush ballots and get them on there. Otherwise, you'd have to write these guys in. So that's what I see happening. Biden won't get thrown out. He'll walk out.
But how are they going to convince him to just step down?
Yeah, you just do. You go to him. You know how it is, carrot and the stick. You say, look, we'll set you up. You know how you've watched enough stuff. I mean, it wouldn't take that. Everyone's got their price, politicians especially. It's like, and come on, I mean, how much, what's going on up there? He wouldn't be him. You'd be convincing it to be his family.
It would be his wife.
Yeah, his wife. So, and I don't think it would be much. It's like, look, you'll still be around. You'll still be fine.
Did you see her as she helped him off the podium?
Yeah, it wasn't
pretty. And then she was saying later, Joe, you did so well. You answered all the questions right. Speaking to him as if she's a teacher.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess she was a teacher, but I mean,
and he's a freaking child,
but as a child, speaking to him as a child. And he was just standing there like your grandfather who has Alzheimer's, you know, that feeling you have of your heart sinking.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't like any of these people, Joe Biden, none of them. But I felt bad for him then. I felt bad for him because I don't think he knows what's going on.
I don't think he does either, which is why, and again, the argument is solid. The script has been a little clunky up until now, which is, Peanut says elder abuse. Yeah, he's not entirely wrong. The script has been clunky up until now, but this part is actually brilliant because you don't see it coming. Again, if you're red team, don't you sleepwalk through this. Don't watch, you know, because remember, in a couple of weeks now, you're going to have your convention and Trump's going to be up there. It's like, I killed him. I crushed him out there. We got this in the bag, and everyone's going to
be overconfident. He's already
way
overconfident.
And then now you've got blue team that are going to be biting their nails to the frickin' nub all the way up until November. Well, at least until their convention. If this happens, I mean, talk about saving the day, that moment, which is like, Biden withdraws, and they'll have to be really careful with the order of which they do it in. And then all of a sudden, Barack walks up on stage with Michelle, and, maybe Gavin behind him. Again,
crowd goes wild.
Crowd goes wild, and that's it. He saves the day, and even the Republicans, as soon as red team sees that on television, they'll be like, oh no. What excuse do you throw out? The point is,
they'll be like the dynamic duo, Michelle Obama and Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom has got those good looks, and Michelle Obama, has a lot of powerfulness behind her.
Right.
And Gavin Newsom creeps me out. He literally reminds me of a human snake.
Yeah, he is
oily, unctuous,
the perfect politician.
He's just, and when he was interviewed recently after the debate, he was saying things that were the right things to say, like, we don't leave this president behind. We stand with him.
Yeah.
It was just so fake. What he was really thinking was, I'll take the job. And you could see it behind his mouth.
Absolutely. I have a funny feeling, well, again, we will see. We got plenty of time before then, and I'll be watching all the rumors, because the rumors have to be put out there. There's got to be some groundswell.
Right.
They're not going to come out of absolute left field. This is not a secret they will be able to keep up until the Democratic convention. There will be definite rumors before this happens, and we'll talk about it.
Greatest show on earth.
Yeah.
But, I've been thinking about who's going to be Trump's running mate.
Which is our very next story, which is, and this was been my pick, which is, and I know it's not Peanut's pick. Peanut's got other people, which is potential VP pick. Tulsi Gabbard says Trump running mate should have this major quality.
Tulsi Gabbard? Is that what she thinks the major quality should be?
Exactly. She's probably talking about herself. And Trump's been very coy about this, and he's not going to announce it until the Republican convention, which is in 2 weeks. All he has to do is wait, and then he'll announce the person. Again, it'll be a big party. If it was me, I would pick her. You tick off some demographics. She's good on camera. She's a strong speaker.
What about Vivek Ramaswamy?
Also a good choice. A different,
I think it might be him.
A completely different demographic box. I think the woman demographic box.
It's more important because of the Roe versus Wade thing.
Yeah, I think it's a more desirable pick in the long run. But either way, Ramaswamy gets a cabinet position. But it doesn't really matter.
It was super fun to say, Ramaswamy.
In the end, don't forget that, because you guys are probably going to ask me in the phone calls, do I think that red team's going to lose? If you are trying to make America look bad, if you're trying to destabilize, if you're trying to go for the Great Reset, make America get knocked down to a second-tier country, you can't have red team win. If red team wins, everything that's happened over the last 4 years gets recouped in a very, very short amount of time.
Which is not what they want, because that would be a whole big waste of time and money.
Yeah, why even take Trump out for the last 4 years? I mean, yeah.
So they're going to do whatever it takes. However, it's all fake and votes don't count, and we all know that, Electoral College. And
there you go.
it's a selection, not an election. However, it is fascinating to watch.
Yep. Trump says he's already picked the VP. Of course he has. But the announcement.
Did he say the VP is in the room? Or
well, yeah, but everybody was in the room.
Right.
Yeah. So it's she was there. Ramaswamy was there. M. Night Shyamalan was there because they screwed up his name. Okay, so we have a few more before we go to Clown Worlds. These aren't even Clown Worlds, but these are
Isn't
relevant.
this whole show Clown World? Let's be honest.
Pretty much. So the Olympics are coming up, if you guys didn't also realize that. And Al Michaels, who has been broadcasting since the Civil War, in fact, I'm pretty sure he did color commentary for the Civil War, he is not going to be doing, get this, right? So they don't have to rehearse a script and put too much pressure on him. Mm-hmm. They are going to, because you can train the voice now of the AI, they are going to do the recaps of the day in his voice done with AI. So if you want to know what AI can do, there you go. Al Michaels, when you hear him, it's like, oh yeah, and the high hurdles today were first place, second place, third place.
I guess it's kind of an honor. He'll live on that way.
Yeah.
But he's not dead yet.
No, he's not dead yet. But and also he's not going to get paid an extra dime for this because AI is part of
completely wrong.
Yeah, that's part of the contract.
And that is exactly what AI is going to do.
They're good. I mean, the argument is, well, technically it's just like a movie image of you or other recording device. So why do we have to pay you? You're not doing anything. We're literally just taking text and emulating your voice. Why would we have to pay you more? Now, if somebody wants to go for it and make more, that's fine. Great. Fantastic.
I had that happen to me. I used to be a radio DJ a long time ago. And I was doing the afternoon drive.
Yeah.
Which at the time was 2 to 7 p.m. at a rock radio station in New Orleans. And they had this new computer stuff they were just bringing into radio then. And this was 98, 99. And they had this thing called voice tracking, which was new for radio. So you would do your live shift, and then at 7 to midnight, I would be back on again. But that's because I had to record a fake show as if I was there from 7 to midnight.
Got it.
And then somebody would, insert all the commercials and all the songs on the computer. So nobody had to be in the station, and it was automated. But I didn't get paid any extra, but they had an extra DJ spot filled by me. So that was sort of an early form of AI taking away money in a job.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was.
One person that's not going to be doing AI voices is Celine Dion, and I don't want to dwell on that shot.
That's not Celine Dion.
That is, well, whatever she is. But apparently
from a movie or something? She doesn't look like that.
Well, there was a documentary that she did where
okay.
they
The
actually...
Stiff person syndrome?
Yeah, she let the cameras...
Like a entirely made up psychological problem disease?
Or was it the shot in the arm?
Is it the...
Yeah, the thing.
Shot to the heart and you're to blame.
Yes.
That's the new name for it.
That's pretty much it.
Can't say it.
Celine comeback gig set for a huge live comeback in just a matter of weeks after vowing to return to the stage. I will say this for her. Her showbiz ego is monstrous.
Right,
absolutely monstrous. Right. You couldn't pry her off the stage with a crowbar and a hand grenade. And this did, where she walked away from Vegas, and now they're saying she might come back to do a one-song performance somewhere. We will see. Yeah, it'll probably be her heart.
Just
will
the
go
idea
on.
of a thing called stiff person syndrome.
Yeah.
Does she in that picture? It looks like she needs to use the ladies' room immediately. Or some would say the men's room, but that's
look. I know she's a Canadian talent and treasure, but man, it just drove me nuts. It's like, look, I remember when Titanic came out. And in the salons, they played that soundtrack on loop constantly. Just put the CD in, hit repeat, and they let it run all day, every day. And then they talk about how many times they saw the movie. It's like, I saw it 17 times.
I've never seen it, and I'm very proud of that fact.
A lot of guys haven't seen it. You're one of the few women I know that hasn't seen it. That's pretty impressive.
It never appealed to me. The music was revolting. Anyway,
it was fine. I didn't.
I like period pieces, but there was something really overwrought in the whole thing that just turned me off.
We'll get into that later. I don't want to get into it during the show, but yeah.
This is an interesting little story we've got next.
Yeah, so this one, we're going to call this one in Clown World. So this is from RT.com, otherwise known as Russia Today. Civil servant robot commits suicide, and the android threw itself off the stairs after being employed for less than a year at City Hall in South Korea. The robotic assistant, right, ended its existence while at work, plunging into a stairwell. And it said, oh my God, it was spinning in one place as if something was wrong before falling 2 meters from the top of the staircase. Look,
and it was saying this as it was ready to fall. You can't fight City Hall.
Look, guys, my vacuum cleaner over there, right? My iRobot over there. If for some reason that thing found a way to go into the shower while I was waiting for the water to run up and it electrocuted itself, you wouldn't see me posting a heartfelt eulogy on this program.
Right.
Why? It's a freaking vacuum cleaner. That's all this is. Stop making machines. Stop trying to personalize machines and make them seem like they're self-aware and they have souls. That is not what happened. It was a vacuum cleaner that fell off the stairs. That's all. And I can guarantee you, my robot binds into all sorts of stuff all the time. So don't give me that crap. No. I got a Roborock, actually, the latest generation of Roborock. Of course you do. It does not have a soul. I just want everyone to know. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I know, look, if you watch AI with Haley Joel Osment and Jude Law, and I get it. The whole premise was if you made a robot kid, people would want to believe it more. It's like, oh, look, it's a kid. It looks so cute. Stop torturing it. It's a freaking robot. I have named mine, though. Robo. Wow. Mine doesn't have a name. I call it stupid. Stop trying to go into the bathroom when the door's shut. Stop bouncing off the door. Okay, so we got 4 more. This one real fast. Former NASA engineer. This is a great story. Used hidden camera in glasses to record. And this is actually still space programming in some weird way. I know. I moved into the forefront. I moved it from space into clown world. So a former NASA engineer who apparently has got game. This guy's got freaking game. He likes hooking up. I don't know if he's using Tinder or whatever. There he is right there. Normal looking Asian guy. It's like, wow, dude. When the police showed up and grabbed his laptop, there was something. He had a journal with like 430 entries in it. 437. First and last names of women, ethnicity, the year he met them, and the location where their sexual encounter took place. So and he was recording a lot of them, and after a while, several of them were like, yeah. So because you know how it goes. He gets careless, and it's like, why are you positioning the laptop in a certain way? Why do you keep having me look directly at your glasses? He was not subtle, and in the middle of the act, he's like, cut. And 7 of them went to the cops. But you know what? I'm just like, dude, it's like you had something going and you screwed it up. So now you're in trouble. Yeah, you do not record people. You do not record sexual encounters without consent. And women don't ever give consent, ever. And it actually brings new meaning to the words hard drive. Ooh, I like what you did there. That was good. Mm-hmm. Okay, this one, we'll do this really quick. Yeah, we got time. This is... forget about Savannah James. The bigger story there is emotional after Los Angeles drafts Bronny, wipes away tears. Okay, who's Bronny? LeBron James had a son. He named him Bronny, right? And he wasn't that good. However, something in sports, which everyone waits to see, and it hardly ever happens in sports ever, which is the father has a child, and the child grows up, and he plays the same sport, and they get to play on the same team. I've only watched it once. I was actually up in here in Seattle with Ken Griffey Jr. in baseball with Ken Griffey Sr., where his son was actually way better. He was a home run. He just cranked it out of the park, better than his father. But that's kind of nice. You do want your son to be better than you. You do. It's kind of a nice story. In this case, it's never happened in basketball, and I called this one months ago. I said he's going to go to the Lakers because they're going to sell jerseys. This will be a thing. Look, he wasn't that good. This wasn't as bad as like Will Smith's son, where Will Smith's sons had no talent. The guy played college ball. He only averaged 5 points a game in college. All the NFL or all the NBA scouts are like, yeah, we're not wasting a first-round draft pick on him. And they didn't. They waited till the second round, and they grabbed him because they're going to make money selling jerseys. He is not going to get much playing time. I'm sure there's going to be a couple scenes where it's like, oh, look, LeBron or his son alley-oops to LeBron. He dunks it. They'll do a couple of those, and that's it. Once LeBron retires, he's done. He's absolutely out of there. So, again... nepotism at its finest. So way to go, guys. I'm glad you pulled it off. But again, would not have happened if it wasn't LeBron James. Mm-hmm. So if Michael Jordan had a son, same sort of thing would have happened. Next one. real quick. Oh yeah, you know what? We'll end on this one, which is
You don't agree with this title.
No, I don't. Absolutely don't agree. This is from Inverse Magazine. Why the best year for blockbuster movies was 1989. Okay, remember when franchise movies and rom-coms could both make 100 million? Both, you guys know my opinion on this. The finest year in movies was 1999. I challenge anyone. You just go on IMDb, top 50 films of 1999. Second biggest year was 1984, the year that launched 1,000 sequels. Almost every original franchise started. You know, the big franchise started in 1984. However, that being said, 1999, I'm just going to rattle off a few. Not terrible. Is it in my top 5? Maybe. The number 1 movie of the year rankings was Indiana Jones' The Last Crusade, decent. Dead Poets Society with Robin Williams, Back to the Future Part 2, the original.
By the way, answer to your trivia question earlier was Back to the Future, and that was Doc who said the famous quote.
Doc Brown. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Batman, the original Batman with Michael Keaton, The Little Mermaid, When Harry Met Sally, made a ton of money. The Abyss, one of James Cameron's early movies. Glory, Christmas Vacation, Lethal Weapon 2, Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner, Do the Right Thing, that won a lot of awards for Spike Lee, put him on the map. Driving Miss Daisy, which I think won a couple Academy Awards. My Left Foot, Born on the 4th of July.
Did you see My Left Foot? I saw that movie.
I did. Say Anything, John Cusack, famous stuff there. Crimes and Misdemeanors, the original Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Ghostbusters 2, Uncle Buck, Major League, The Burbs. It was a good year, no question.
Yeah. Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
Yep,
Yeah.
and License to Kill. A solid year, no question whatsoever. It's still, I don't think matches.
Not best.
You know what?
Solid.
I will review that year, and I will put it probably in my top, maybe in my top 5. We'll see. So there you go. That is, that's what we got.
Okay.
We are going to go to break because Peanut says go to break. So we're going to break.
Right.
I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to click on the speaker, and we're going to break.
And cream.
Don't forget to customize your Flat Earth Clock referral code and wake up more minds out of the Matrix. Now your referral points earn DOME cryptocurrency tokens on the Pulse chain. Enter your MetaMask wallet address and all your previous and future referrals will automatically earn DOME coins. In the next few months, there will be an airdrop to all users that have referral points in their account and have entered their MetaMask wallet address. Any users that have referrals and do not have their wallet address added will forfeit their tokens, and they will be divided up between all of the people who have a wallet address added. Some cryptocurrencies are proof of work, some are proof of stake. DOME is proof of mind. By waking people up to our amazing flat realm, you are mining DOME coins. Become a DOME whale and wake up the world.
Have you ever looked away from Earth into the black void?
Because you can see the stars.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface or on the daylight side of the moon.
It's not black and white. I mean, it's black, but there's all kinds of polka dots.
Space is fake AF. Space is fake AF.
There's more than stars. You can see planets. You can see moons.
you see the gas in the...
Welcome back to Strange World, part 3 of 4. It's you, me, the lovely Patricia.
And me.
The lovely Patricia Steere, and you know what? Sometimes Peanut, as he lights up cigarette number 48 for the day.
Yep, and that's actually happening right here on screen. Yep. I can see it. I want to say hello to Trevor7, who says, "Hi, Mark. Happy to see you're enjoying those drumsticks." So, also, I want to say hi to Grant's Pants, because that's the best name ever. And also, hello to Bali Music Journey. And I want to say hi to All People Free People. And we're going to work on having you be a mod soon. So I've put in that request to Mark when he's free later to perhaps do that. Because there was somebody weird in the chat, a troll doing some trolly
What,
dumb
we don't
stuff,
have enough
and,
mods? All right, well, somebody remind me which mods we got to...
Well, Lowry was handling it, was for sure. Speaking of trolls, I heard about someone. This is going to be for some people who are new around these here parts. They may not remember a person whose channel name was Flat Earth Reset, who was always trying to be super disruptive to many in Flat Earth. If you don't know that guy and that channel, he's made hit piece videos on, well, me and Mark and pretty much everybody that you know. And somebody told me that he died. So I'm going to add that.
You're just going to throw that out there?
Throwing that out there.
I heard he's dead.
I mean, you know, I don't know. And I did see, maybe I shouldn't say, but I did see Star Gods is not doing too well lately. So, speaking of somebody who did a lot of hits.
I like this slightly new version of you, Patricia. I do.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've been battle tested.
No, seriously. People know that I have called Patricia a Disney queen for some years because, well, you are. And I like that you're embracing the whole. You're going method with this.
Yeah, well, I am nice, but I also am not nice sometimes. And I would keep the not nice a little bit down and allow trolls to just walk all over me and others. And I don't feel like that anymore. I've got a little more Karen B in my backbone. But I still will remain a lady.
However, if anyone wants,
they're all going to die.
If anyone wants Patricia to mail you an apple, you can send me your physical mailing address, and there'll be a wonderful, I don't know what kind it'll be, a Cosmic Crisp maybe a Fuji apple. Hard to say, but you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying eat it. I'm not saying.
What I said is going to happen to all of them is happening one by one. One by one. Not because I'm wishing for it or causing it. Because they caused it. Just say.
Yeah, one of Patricia's t-shirts should read, "Bring me the girl." Alive if possible.
Bring me the troll.
Bring me the troll. All right, phone number to call in, by the way, is 848-222-2480. That's 848-222-2480. We got a few calls, and while I'm picking up first call, I will see if I can make all free people. Wait, all free people. What is it?
All people.
I will
free
see if I can
people.
make that person a mod. So let's pick up.
He's awesome.
We're going to pick up 505 first, then I will try to go to you, 504. So let's go 505 in what I think is a made-up place, which is New Mexico.
Definitely a made-up place.
Yeah.
Mark, Patricia, and of course Peanut. And yeah, there's a little rain in the desert wherever I really am. So that's kind of nice tonight. That's a little different for us. Yeah. Thanks for bringing up the spacesuit, especially the air conditioning and the heating element to it, because that always made me wonder, like, where do they hide that stuff? No conduits, no batteries on it that I know of, but maybe I'm wrong. Did they actually try to say that there are like battery packs in those? I've never really remember seeing them.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what
yeah.
they say it is, but it's got to be heavier than what it is that they could carry and walk around with. And why don't we have something like that? Just something you can throw on your back in a backpack that would heat you or cool you. I mean, maybe there's people out there going, well, we do have that, Patricia, but not that I know of.
No. Very good point. Yeah, it's something to throw out there and wonder where it all is. When you were talking, I think this was maybe a week or two about, Mark, the conversation that maybe astronauts, when they finally get sat down in an office and told, hey, this is kind of what the reality is.
Right.
And this article, today I saw this about how they named Northrop Grumman.
Yeah.
They named the Cygnus cargo after Commander Dick Scobie from the Challenger. So I kind of thought that was interesting. I was reading a little bit about it, and one thing they brought up in this article that I never heard about was an female astronaut, Patricia Hillard Robertson, and I had never really heard of her, but I dug a little deeper, just real quick, and she died in a private plane crash. What I thought was interesting was it was before she ever actually went to space, like right before.
Huh.
So I'm just kind of wondering.
Sure.
Sure. Did she have the conversation and then yeah, I'm not doing it, guys?
Yeah, there are a number. Again, that was the premise of the entire back part of Capricorn 1, the independent film, which I believe was 1978, maybe 1979. I think it was 1978. Which was that they told the astronauts, the three astronauts, one of them which was played by O.J. Simpson, of all people. And
O.J., I know.
And they had a philosophical discussion on whether or not they should do it. And again, it was short-sighted. And again, back then, you didn't know. You didn't know. It's like, look, you're about to say you're going to turn down one of our black agencies, one of our black ops groups. And knowing, not realizing what the ramifications are. It's like, no, you can't say no to this, which is what Hal Holden, the actor in that movie, he said so well, which is like, don't say no. Don't say no. And, when they were hinting, it's like, what are you going to do? And it's...
Well, there was a subtle threat to the family.
Yeah, exactly. All the family's going to fly in a jet. We're just going to blow it up. Mm-hmm. And that'll be that. And it'll look like an accident. And then they try to make a break for it. And I know it's a plot device. But yeah, not everybody goes along with it. And I think that's just because they're short-sighted. It's like when they offer you the carrot and the stick, like they did with Joe Rogan to a lesser degree back in the day. What do you do? Knowing that, okay, riches and fame or... your life's in imminent peril, immediate, and no one will know. No one will know the truth, no matter what you do. What do you do? And in her case, it's which again, it was dumb. She's probably typing to her friends. It's like, I'm not going to do it. I have principles. And somebody at the other end is watching the entire text exchange, going, get a team ready. that's it.
Right.
So go down. You know where her plane is. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. No, and this is what really creeped me out, because just the two quick things from this article. They said that the plane cartwheeled and crashed into trees during takeoff and landing practice.
Oof.
With just one other person on the plane at an airfield in Manville, Texas. Yeah. And then it went on to add Was it
a SpaceX launch or something?
No, this is actually going. This is way back. It was an older article from 2001.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
But they went on to say too, she was a multi-engine rated flight instructor with more than 15 hours flight time.
Right.
So
That's not going to happen, most likely.
Yeah. So, yeah, an ode to her. I think she was standing her ground. And nobody remembers this hero. So
it happens, and who knows? Maybe I want to draw this out. Maybe she didn't understand the implications when they're like talking to her. It's like, don't say no, wink, nudge, And she's like, "Why are you looking at me like that?" It's like it's the
something wrong with
it's
your
the
eye.
wrong thing to do. I'm not doing it. It's like, are we not speaking English? Are you not understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth? So
let me explain it to you a little more. You see this bag of money?
That's right.
Yeah. It's like, again, I don't, as much as if I ever get the chance to talk to Joe Rogan, I would say it off camera, but I'd probably ask him. Do you regret it? But at the same time, Alex Jones gave him up as much during the Alex Jones big divorce trial. When he said, "Oh yeah, they had leverage on Joe with his family." And it's like, don't say no. Plus, Joe, you remember, Patricia, Joe was dumb enough to go, I wouldn't say dumb, but he went on camera during that show. He looked straight at the camera when he heard for the first time. It's like, wait, they pay money to like work for the man? It's like, sign me up. So like right now, he goes, I'll sell my mother. Sign me up. And he's looking straight at camera, and they use that take. And it's like, that's all, it's an easy.
That's like these people that are celebs who say they literally sold their soul to the devil.
Yeah.
And they say it in passing, but they say it seriously. And
that's right.
Fame is
whether or not you believe in the devil at all, is anybody right now within the sound of my voice going to sit in a dark room, light a candle, and try to talk to the devil and say you'll sell your soul for some gain? I don't think, even if you don't believe in the devil, that you do it, because it just sounds, the implications are so stunningly horrible.
Years ago, I would agree with you, Patricia, but nowadays, kids would do just about anything for.
Well, I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about those of us who watch this show. Who
Us. Oh, you mean our people? Oh, probably not. Probably not. But got to be careful. Everyone's got, there's a lot of people that if they don't have a price, they have a pressure point.
That's a that's a
I know.
t-shirt
I just
too.
thought of it. Patent pending.
I like it.
Anyway, hey,
great
any shout outs?
Yeah.
Hate to drag you
Sure.
through this, but what do you got?
Yeah, no, it's fantastic as usual. Amy in Syracuse, Matt in Temple, and Jesse and Brittany, and of course, Jan in Dallas, and of course, Mark, Patricia, and Peanut. Keep it flat, everybody.
Groovy.
See you guys.
Thanks, man.
Bye, Patricia. See you,
Call
Mark.
in
Hey, Peanut.
848-222, and the rest of the number is 2480, and it means something to Mark, although I still haven't figured out what it is. But call now, 1-844-822-22480. Boy, I said
That's
that
right.
all wrong. But yeah.
There's nothing
there you
odd
go.
about that number. See what I did there? 848-222-2480. There's not an odd thing about it.
222. There's too many twos.
Well, there's no odd numbers. Well, that's not the secret though. That's right.
Oh, okay. Someday
Yeah, I
will you
will.
tell me?
I promise.
Or you'd have to kill me.
What? Are
that
we
how
on
it
air?
works?
504. What do you got? What's happening down in Louisiana?
Oh, nothing much. But to forgive me, as I mentioned to you in the email, for I dozed off last week. As I, I've got a new job down here in New Orleans in the summer, and I think last Tuesday it was like upper 90s temperature with also in the 90s, like 90 or 95% humidity, in full uniform, 10 hours straight in the sun. So I got home, recuperated, and promptly then promptly fell asleep just to wake up to Lowry talking about what a great time he had in jail. So you missed it when you think about it. So
Yeah. There was I had a discussion with him afterwards, and Lowry did experience jail. I don't know if there was any hot man-on-man action while he was in there, but he said he enjoyed it quite a bit. Take that for what it's worth.
I don't have much. I was just dealing with work and practicalities, I did want to mention one thing, I guess, in relation to this so-called final experiment. What I think I mentioned to you in email also.
Right.
One of the speakers at Oktoberfest is David Beverly, and I found a page for him on Amazon, and his name, by the way, it ends with the Beverly. That's Ley. His last name, David Beverly Sr., and it's got a pretty informative, quick bio. But he's a former NASA employee, and he's been to both so-called poles, North Pole,
yeah,
Antarctica, and he did not in the. He testifies that the sun is not visible 24 hours.
All right. Groovy. I'd love to.
Particularly.
I honestly. Wonderful. Hey, I'm gonna put you on mute when I answer this question. As far as Antarctica goes, I can't wait till this experiment's over, so that I don't have to hear about it again. Which is
Yeah, the words "the final experiment." That's what.
Yeah, the final experiment. Again.
Fine. I also heard the final solution, and that didn't work out either.
Even if you can't, even if you say that it's, you could prove a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, that just means there's a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. That does not prove the globe. It just proves a 24-hour sun. And it amazing to me, because I've been saying this literally since year one, which is the weakest aspect of the whole flat Earth model is the 24-hour sun when it comes to the whole light optics thing. But if you go see it, hey, great, fantastic. You think you're going to get any flat earthers? In fact, I challenge it. You think any flat earthers are going to shut down their channel because you did this? No, not even close.
And that's not because they're in denial, which is what would be said, but it's because this place is very mysterious that we live in, if you haven't figured that out yet. And there's some things we'll never know, and you have to just make peace with it. That doesn't mean you're going to stop seeking truth. But it does mean you have to realize that the answers may never be yours.
And I appreciate that they're generating metrics for themselves. They're generating metrics for us. And thank you, by the way, to all the trolls that just infest my comment section. Every time I make a video, they're all over the place. Great. Hey, fantastic. You're just helping. Every time you post something, you're helping my metrics. I wish I had 1,000 more like you. I don't read 99% of the comments. So good for you guys. Let's pick.
Keep it coming.
Please do. Let's pick up. We're going to pick up 518, and then we'll go to 816. 518, what's happening in New York?
Hello, Patricia, Mark, Peanut. You know who this is, Mark.
Hey, Jerome, what's happening?
Oh, nothing. Just sitting here in Erie, chilling, relaxing.
Right on.
Got a couple questions.
Nice.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Yeah.
When you talk about a simulated, how can I say it, simulated version of this place, correct?
Sure. Simulation. Sure.
All right. And you said anything behind you is like not rendered because it's not there?
Yes. The double slit experiment, which is what we do in computer graphics. Whatever you're not looking at, we're not rendering fully. And in most cases, not at all. Because why would we? Yes.
Okay, now, here's the question.
Yeah.
What if someone comes up from behind you and put their hand on your shoulder and you don't look at that hand that's on your shoulder, but you know it's there?
Right. Okay.
How do you render that?
Well, in a game, you don't, unless it's visual. Think of it, it's called flashlight graphics. So if a character comes up to you and touches you on the back, again, you're not going to see it anyway. It's all visual. Now, in this world, for example, we'll go out of the game world. Let's go to this world. Then you go into sort of a philosophical question is whoever's touched.
It's the tree in the forest.
And is the person touching you up from the back, are they even real? Are they sentient or are they just an NPC, which is a whole nother thing. So, but yes, I know what you mean. I get you.
Okay. second question.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a statement, then you go follow a question.
Okay.
Now, people forget to realize that we're talking about, we're going to switch gears. The DNC, you said their DNC is until the end of September. Well, Biden has a second debate to go to. They're going to have to do that now, or, Trump's going to be in the White House.
I'm betting that they're going to cancel that debate. Biden's not going to participate. That's what
I'm with Patricia on that one. You don't let that debate happen. You can't. You can't let that debate happen. There's nothing.
Unless they change the rules and he's allowed a teleprompter and an earpiece and like somebody to like hold him up from the back.
Yeah, there's nothing.
And
that was a pure pro-Biden set-up debate. So if he can do no better than that, you don't do a second debate. You can't. And again, I don't want to take the arrow to your sails, Jerome, but the whole point here is that red team loses. Anything to make red team lose. So again, what you're saying there is exactly what they wanted you to say. It's like, oh no, Trump's got this. You piece of cake. Trump's got this in the bag. I'm not saying he has it, but I'm just saying that's what they're saying. Yes.
What I'm saying is, if they go through this second debate before their DNC, they're gonna have to change that real. If they cancel that debate, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna fit the DNC's. They won't be able to recover
You're
from
right,
that.
because it'll make Biden look more weak.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So,
but since none of this is kind of real, it's all a show.
True.
It's just a different. I don't understand exactly what's going to happen. I think in the end, red team loses.
And again, what you were just saying there, that's why you replace him. You let him just go through the motions. You get Biden go through the motions. You bring him into the convention in 7 weeks, and then you have him quietly not accept the nomination. And then all of a sudden, who comes up behind him? Barack and Michelle, and maybe.
Well, what about Biden just, slipping away as in dying?
The window is so.
No, that will put Kamala up presidential, and they don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Oh, that's
by default.
They want to do that.
You can't have Kamala all of a sudden.
What about all the talk about Trump possibly getting shot in the head in August?
Not buying it. Not for a second.
But he won't die. He'll live and be reach Christ-like stature.
I take that as much stock in that as I heard. And again, I'm not picking on any demographic here, but I heard it's like, oh no, if Obama gets elected, he'll be taken out within the first 2 months. And in 8 years, there wasn't a single attempt. It's like, no.
Right.
No, I've been hearing the Trump thing for a while. Not going to happen. And if it did, well, I mean, if you want to start America off with a good purge,
kick in the pants.
Yeah.
Bang, exactly.
A good bang.
Yeah,
that'll work.
This show is really dark. I just want everybody to know.
So if you're voting, if you want a purge type scenario, that we can
then watch this show.
We can make it happen.
10 p.m. Pacific.
Anything else?
Hey, I'll like to give a couple of shout outs. Shout out to Patricia. Again, welcome back. Mark, Peanut.
Thanks.
Karen B. Jan from Dallas. You got to shout out Jan.
Right on.
Oh, and that guy in New York, that guy that wears them shoes. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
That Zulu guy.
Yeah, that Zulu guy. Yeah, I've heard of him.
That Zulu guy, yeah. Hey, y'all have a nice evening, and I'm gonna keep it flat.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a nice evening.
All right. See ya.
Peace.
We won't pick up one more before the break. We'll come back after the break and pick up the others. But yeah, 848-222-2480. That's 848-222-2480. And yeah, just to be clear, remember, Republican convention coming up in 2 weeks. That is going to be a party where talk about jumping the gun.
An overconfidence festival.
Because again, they're going to announce the VP at the conference.
Trump will do that Trump dance.
Yep. He's going to do his thing, and
I wonder if we'll see Melania.
Yeah, she'll probably be there.
I actually like Melania. She's has that Eastern European coldness, and reservedness. And she's beautiful, but kind of deadly looking, kind of mean
international
looking.
trophy wife, to be sure.
Probably does not care who he
Nope.
sleeps with, as long as it
Nope.
isn't her.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, she just wants to be part of the scene. She can get,
Manicure and pedicure every couple of days, massages, all sorts of facial
She can go-
treatments, and all the designer clothes she can shake a stick at, diamond
can go
rings, and
anywhere she wants.
probably sleep with pool boy. And
The red
who
carpet
knows?
is pulled out for her wherever she wants. Plus, I'm pretty sure she gets a Secret Service detail on top of it.
Mhm.
So, how's that for? That's not terrible.
Like 12-foot tall son Baron. I wonder if we'll see Baron. How
Maybe.
tall he is now.
Maybe.
Yeah, interesting.
All right, we're going to go to our final break. And when we come back, we will take your phone calls. I swear I will try to pick up, we'll probably start with 646, then maybe go to 816. Somebody dropped off, so we might go to 904, 530, 919. I see all you guys on there. All right, so yeah, third break it is.
Alpha 33, target is on property, approaching food trailer. Engage Delta 9. Roger. Alpha 33 descending.
Hey, I know you.
They might be listening.
CIA.
Maybe.
Aliens.
Probably.
Globalists.
Definitely. I may have already said too much.
We have what you need.
Really?
It's flat
I'm listening.
and round
Go on.
and delicious.
Tell me the secret. I see the truth in it.
I thought you might.
This truly is a special place.
Yeah, we like to think so.
Will you be here tomorrow?
We move around quite a bit.
Ah, a mobile command center. A strong strategy. I like where your head's at.
Anything else?
I was never here.
Package intercepted. Copy that, Alpha 33. Come on back, let's eat.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 4 of 4. It's you, me, the always perfect Patricia Steere. And, yeah, we got callers. And we got to pull them up. Who do we got? Who did I promise I was going to pick up?
I don't know. I want to say hi to Half Tater, and I think Half Tater's not feeling so well. He's in a live chat, and I think I read that earlier.
Half Tater, the guy that made the song I put on my channel today?
Yes. If you like 80s hair metal butt rock, I like the song.
Butt rock?
Just made it up.
Never even heard of that before. Patricia's trying to be a trendsetter tonight.
Well, it's butt rock. It's like if you took your butt and sat on a keyboard. No, I don't mean the songwriting skills or AI skills. I just mean that kind of rock music. I don't like hair metal.
I hear you.
It's just
me neither.
Not my.
For the most part, although I was a huge Van Halen fan back in the day. You weren't a Van Halen fan.
My sister liked
Led Zeppelin?
No, not really. No.
Journey? Scorpions?
No.
Judas Priest?
No. Oh, no.
Okay, and that's where the friendship just sort of fell apart.
I mean, I don't know. No, just not my thing.
I know. Let me guess. The Smiths?
I like Smith behind me. Yeah, but I liked what was considered to be new wave.
Oh, well, sure.
That was what used to be called back in the day. I didn't like metal. I didn't like rock, and I didn't really like classic rock.
Okay. How about so
a little goth, a little
Thomas Dolby, Howard Jones, the Cars, the Police.
The Police. That's the stuff.
Oh no, I mean you couldn't escape that anyway. If you want to.
Course
and then
not,
if you
right. And I still like that music.
Madonna to a certain degree.
No, didn't Madonna. No,
Madonna didn't do anything for it.
Pop. There's the same reason I didn't watch the Titanic movie. It's just when things become super mass popular, I kind of get this innate feeling of ugh.
What the peasants are listening to. Yeah, I get it. No, it's true.
Exactly.
You look down from your castle tower. It's like, what are they doing? I'm not doing that. Where are they congregating?
We are not doing that.
Are they hanging somebody? Is that a guillotine?
Oh, good. Again. As I commanded.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'll do a guillotine, but only for a private audience. Okay, let's do... who did we leave off with? Oh, we were going to pick up 646. That's right. 646 out in Manhattan. What's happening?
I like Depeche Mode, and I like the Cars.
Yes.
I like both. I liked all the versions of Van Halen, back in the day because I was a kid, right? Because the 80s were awesome.
80s were awesome.
I thought the 80s were so fucking rad, right?
They were.
Just like... It was just nonstop hits, nonstop. You had Back to the Future, which is the most perfect movie script ever written, and it just kept going and going and going. And I tend to agree with you. 1999, it peaked, and then it went to utter garbage. After that, there were some other things. I was a Kubrick fan. I've been a Kubrick guy for ages.
Sure.
And because when you're in this little community that we're in, we kind of decode even if you don't know we're decoding, and as you watch these movies unfold over the years and you go back and watch them, you realize there's so many little nuggets in there. So many. Right.
And
I don't know, I feel pretty special that I came up in the 80s, and I've been swatting a lot of trolls in the chat tonight.
Nice.
Just a lot of swat.
Do we have more than normal today?
When you guys switched over to Mark's channel, we had a brand new bunch of people that came in, and a lot of good people. And then there's your traditional trolls that come back with the same responses and everything else. And I always give them one more chance to respond to prove that they're alive. I always do that. And I was going through this with this other guy I was talking to, and I was like, look, I'll give everyone one more chance. And then if they're being an asshole,
said something
then I'm just...
in the chat. You said something like you give people a chance to prove they're stupid first before you.
Well, or maybe I said prove they're not retarded. Maybe there's something like that.
Yeah, that's what you said. Exactly.
But I was like, oh, dude, Half Tater said Thompson Twins. I fucking love that band.
Oh, yes.
I love the 80s, dude. It was so good.
Yeah.
And
Howard Jones.
I was a kid, man. I was I was like 9 to 11 or something like that. Like, but somehow like all that really good music, washed over me. and I was
Casio
like, wow.
keyboard. I mean, you can't beat it.
Yeah, I know. There was
Well, you
so-
can. But...
Yeah, and like I don't know, it was just like one after another. Like when MTV came out, Masonic TV, I guess that's what we're calling it now. But like,
Right. There's some space programming on it too. How weird, right?
oh, space programming all over everything. But like that 80s stuff was so good. I was. Did you guys see today that Candace Owen? Let me backtrack here. You guys know about co-opting, obviously, right? So like the powers that be and/or voices that are out there in the media that are out talking to everyone, and they have a certain platform and they're talking about stuff. And I've noticed this co-opting technique that happened today, especially with Candace Owen, who's lately, in the last 3 or 4 years, she's gotten quite a bit of a platform. And she's apparently talking about flat Earth. And that's a big voice to have on that. And the thing for me, I'm noticing a co-opting sort of notion. I saw Elon Musk, who's a complete fraud, talking about, well, it's sort of flattish, roundish, it's sort of this and that. And then Candace said the same thing. I'm not a flat earther, but I'm not a round earther either. I'm just anti-science cult, which, obviously stirred up the whole flat earth community when they saw this. And like Robot Polisher put out a video almost like an hour after it happened. And it's like, okay, so is this what's going to happen moving forward? So you're just going to co-opt all the shit that we've been working on for fucking 10 years. That's a 5,000-year-old idea that got lost somewhere way back in the day. And you're just going to co-opt it and make it yours. So, like, I don't know what Candace's position is on this, and I don't know if she's coming from a good place or a bad place, but she said it. And also, the Elon Musk thing where he's just, I don't even know what that guy even is. He's, like, launching shit up in the sky and dumping in the ocean or fucking smashing it against something. And then he's like, I'm free speech. Well, he is free speech. I'm saying some shit that's getting out there, like Facebook. I'm totally, like it's a bloodbath for me on Facebook. But like, I see a common thing that's going on here. So like, I'm seeing a co-opting thing where like people that have positions and platforms where they speak to millions of people, they're co-opting an idea that we did the heavy lifting coming out of here, and for good or bad, some of the people that we don't get along with, whatever, we all collectively did a lot of heavy lifting over the course of 10 years.
Yeah.
And now we got people co-opting it that didn't even do the fucking work. They didn't do the fucking work. They're just like, well, this is popular now, so like now I'm going to co-opt it and say, I'm not flat, but I'm also, I'm not round. I'm just like, yeah, you see this thing? You guys get it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like trying to work through this.
Well, also after getting baptized too, which is weird. Like Russell Brand, I mean, not that he's come out and mentioned flat Earth, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did now, like Candace. It's just this weird sort of trend of getting baptized, calling yourself a Christian, and then mentioning that you might be a round earther, you might be a flat earther. Well, I mean, where were you? Where were you?
Where
when we
were
needed
you when we were screaming from the top of a mountain?
Right.
We're like,
Right.
look, Sorry, I don't know. Am I over talking again, Mark?
No, you're
you let
fine.
me go.
Fine, but we do have to, finally,
And I went, yeah, okay. So like this is the last thing I'll say on this, and I want this on record. Is I think that they are co-opting power, and anyone that has a platform. Are you talking about usurping?
Yeah.
They're usurping all the work we did for years. Yeah,
Got
which usurp is one of my favorite. It's like again, this is Flat Earth 2.0. This is not new.
Right.
This is 5,000 years old, 10,000 years old, and now just keep an eye out, guys, for watching for people who usurp it and or co-opt it.
Okay.
And say, well, I was always Flat Earth.
Okay.
I was always flat. No, you weren't, motherfuckers. Okay. Love you guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
See you, Alex.
We all know who the cool kids really are.
Oh no, we're definitely the cool kids club. Definitely. Absolutely. Let's pick up somebody I don't think we've ever picked up before. Let's pick up 720. Have we ever called into the show? That's you right now. You.
Hello?
720. You're listening to me as we speak. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mark.
Damn it. All right. Okay, you're back. What's happening?
Mark, Patricia.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're live.
Yes, we are. What inspiring words do you have for us from possibly Denver?
Well, we met at the 2018 conference in Denver.
Oh.
And we hung out for a little while, and the next morning, Mark was gone.
Yep. Sorry. I did leave.
I give you nothing but props for bailing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could have done anything different.
It's all right. We, live and learn. Now the kid has become a professional wrestler, which is fine for me. He can just beat himself up till he dies.
Nice. I just wanted to say, hey, and have you watched The Last Mimsy yet?
I don't think I have. Did you send me a link
to
it?
The Last Mimsy?
Did you send me a link to it? No, you sent me an email recently, didn't you?
No, I sent you a voicemail on your old number, the one that's still on the, Flat Earth Clues.
Peanut's going to give me a link to it right now, so I will watch it after the show sometime, maybe tomorrow.
The Last Mimsy. But anyway, me and my wife, we saw you and Patricia the night before the conference started, and it was awesome.
Cool.
Well, that is cool. That was a good event. All of the conferences were good events.
And groundbreaking on top of it.
And good memories. And I don't know. I kind of miss those days, but then again, in 5 years, I'll think these were glory days too, and we all will. So we have to enjoy the moment we're in because it's tomorrow's glory day.
There you go.
Keep plugging along. It's so awesome. Long time listener, first time caller.
Well, thanks.
And red and blue team. I don't vote.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling.
Have a good one. Okay.
Bye.
All right. Let's go to how much time we got? 4:03. Let's do 530. Actually, you know what? Let's do 949 first, because I know eventually he's got to get his beauty sleep. Are you in Los Angeles, California, or are you in Hawaii now?
Actually, I'm in the hot tub. If you really want to know.
This would be my future ex-boyfriend, DJ. So.
Well, hello, babe. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, honey. What's happening?
Oh, just relaxing. I am on the mainland, so I can at least disclose that, but I can't give away too much.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, how are you guys? I missed the beginning of the show, so.
Oh, it went well. We only had one little. Wait, well, I'm using the long intros now. With all the clips, including Snoop Dogg. I'm including those in the show now.
It's a flat world after all.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah.
And well, hello to Peanut before I forget, and hello Patricia. Hi, gorgeous.
Hi.
So yeah, I guess I'm really curious. Did you guys watch the most recent Joe Rogan podcast with Terrence Howard and Eric Weinstein, the mathematical physics basically expert?
I heard clips of the Terrence Howard one, but that's all. Only clips from it.
What'd you think?
So interesting.
What'd you think?
So interesting because this time Eric Weinstein, who has been on a few times, just in the circles of the academia, and basically by the end of it, I don't want to give too much away. It is worth listening to. It's 4 hours, so it's kind of painful. But if you guys want me to just recap here, I have some takeaways.
Sure.
What do you think?
Yeah, go ahead. What do you got?
Okay. So basically, by the end of it, Eric is offering to help Terrence push his technology forward and to help him because he basically was like, you're on to something. Terrence apparently invented a new geometric undiscovered pattern. And it has I don't know everything because it was hard to kind of follow some parts of it, but basically that it has antigravitical properties. Obviously, if we know that the world is electrostatic, and he is talking all about that. Austin Witz is talking all about this. That gravity, as we've been taught, is not real, and that they need to basically rewrite the history books. And it was just like, wow, this is pretty interesting stuff.
Nice.
Well, that is interesting. It's weird how little bits of truth are leaking out in all of this mainstream or, mainstream plus stuff. So.
Absolutely. And the other
is that
interesting
good?
part.
Is that bad?
Go ahead, DJ.
Well, on top of it, Eric has no problem by the end of it saying, hey, the peer review process in academia is flawed, that there's so much ego and greed, and everyone wants to kind of keep their ideas contained. They don't like outside information coming in. They don't want outside people, especially if you're self-taught, like Terrence apparently is some sort of prodigy.
Right.
But by the end of it, Eric is so adamant about, like, hey, you need, basically he's looking at, like, he's the coach, and he's got this, like, eyes on the prize, brand new award-winning boxer who's going to come out here and kind of could change a lot of what we know about science. But the most important thing is that they're literally saying that gravity in the vacuum of space can't exist the way that we've been taught, and that's like on Joe Rogan. So I was like, wow. And the second thing was that Eric even mentioned that natural selection is not a strong enough component to push the theory of neo-Darwinism forward. So he's on top of it, dropping bomb after bomb, going, yeah, evolution, not really real the way that we've been taught. Terrence is saying gravity is not real. And Terrence also said that he got this information from an angel. So I just found that extra fascinating.
Wow.
This sounds, it's a 4-hour long slog, but I loved your recap.
Well, there
Thank
you go. And that's FE and Other Hot Potatoes by DJ.
You're hired.
Well, guys, I'm trying to think if there's anything else, because I'll keep it quick, but I think that's everything that I really wanted to say. And just back to Lowry, who I love too. Hey, dude, just you guys are the OGs. I'm glad that I came into this a couple years now. Embarrassed that I wasn't here earlier, but I did know about it. And, all we can do is kind of just be patient for the people that are waking up to this. I have more and more friends that are going, you know what, all bets are off. What do you got to say? And all this points towards a loving creator, and that you're special and this place is special, and that there is purpose and there is hope, and that this is not all there is, and we don't have to worry about it all in the moment, and that the future is mysterious and beautiful and so much hope. So I will leave with that.
Well, thank you, DJ. Appreciate it a lot.
Well, I love that. Thank you.
Enjoy the hot tub, my friend.
Oh, it's bubbly. It feels good.
See ya. Have a good night.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. DJ.
Well, that's a very positive message, and I really feel the same way. I do feel the same way.
Good stuff.
For sure.
Let's go to California, Northern California, I think, 530. What's happening up there?
Hey, Mark, William here. You figured out how to get me back, didn't you?
I did.
I could not.
No, we hung up on you kind of or something earlier. Right?
No.
Well, I disconnected a few times. I was still running errands, and something told me to listen tonight. And I'm a little starstruck, but Patricia, it is good to hear you and that you're back. The last time I remember when Karen B did, I think it was an episode on a Tuesday, it was still Strange World, and she read your
that story, yeah.
The story, and it moved me. And I remember you mentioning just a couple people. I still remember to this day, you said it was Rob Skiba, and one other person that you cared to ever communicate from this. So obviously you're back and you've become strong in all this. So you are probably stronger.
Yeah, I mean, I went through a period of time where I just stayed away from everybody. And during that time, I just, got over any kind of problems I had when it came to dealing with haters, trolls, and negative people, and came back stronger. I guess that's what lots of people do. There's two ways people handle it. They get mad and start screaming and fighting. That's not my way. My way is to retire into myself and figure out what I want to do and then move forward. And so here I am again.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Awesome. And I got to meet Mark finally at a few years ago at a meetup they had there. And so I got to meet him. And so anyway, guys, man, shout out to Karen B, because I hope she's listening. Now, Patricia, have you been listening all along, or just recently?
Yes, off and on. Yes, I mean, I've been watching lots of videos from many content providers, so keeping up with what's going on, as opposed to keeping up with the Kardashians. So I've been keeping up with what really matters, and never really lost touch with the community. So I stepped back in pretty much up to speed with what's happening.
Oh, okay. Well, awesome. I didn't catch the beginning of the show again. I didn't know what was going on. And I know your voice sounded familiar, and I just didn't realize it until Mark said Patricia once, and I'm like, no way. So, Mark, good job. Is this permanent? Because I haven't listened in like a month, maybe.
Well, yeah, this is our 4th episode together, I believe. And as far as I know, Patricia will have me. This is a permanent solution.
Oh my goodness, I did not
this
know.
is the only time Mark will ever say I do. I do want to continue to do the show.
Oh, don't worry, Patricia. We just haven't lived long enough. Have hope. Have faith. Anyway, well, man, I'm going to just let you go because I know we got to hear that New York song. So it was awesome hearing you guys. Mark, good job.
Thank you.
Peace to the whole truth community.
Right on.
And our country is in a mess. That's for darn sure.
Yes, it is.
But but there's always hope.
Yes, there is. Hope springs eternal.
And there's Patricia, and there's Mark. So shout out to Peanut. Shout out to Zulu. Jaron, if you're out there. And Nathan Thomas. So God bless you all.
Right on.
And William from California is signing out.
All right.
Oh, and Jan.
Bye. Thank
we
you.
almost forgot Jan.
Yeah, don't forget
Bye.
Jan.
Yeah.
Have a good one, man. See ya.
And where is Jan? She hasn't been around for quite some time. Is she okay?
I believe she is. Normally I'd get an email or a phone call if she wasn't.
She has a really
does.
nice voice.
Wonderful Texas Belle personality.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 quick things before we pick up our last call. One, of course, quick reminder, Patricia and I will be on Jaronism's VIP show this weekend, this Saturday at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I had another thing. I think that was the only thing I had.
Yeah, that's all we got, really, except for this call.
Yeah, except for this call, which
was really.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. The 4th of July. Sorry, happy 4th of July, guys.
Oh yeah, 4th of July. Yay, yay!
Yeah,
America.
yay America. Yeah, can't wait to see how this plays out. Yeah. All right, 8-4.
And your cats and dogs, because all the exploding fireworks will be making them very, very.
Yes, they will. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it on Strange World.
New York, or I should say America. Fuck yeah.
Oh, it's America.
America.
Freedom ain't free, baby.
Right. No, it ain't. I got all my 4th of July goods. Fucking my shitty, crappy food, some wieners, apple pie, burgers, liquor. I'm going to have a good Thursday.
Nice.
That sounds very American, actually. That's the way to do it up.
I tried to go as American as possible.
Nice.
She was like, we should have salsa. I was like, no Spanish stuff. Are you crazy?
Wait, you're not Mexican?
Dude, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I think we're all related.
All right. Just checking.
We're all brothers and sisters. Aw. That's so cute. DJ is way too sexy for the hot tub.
I know, right?
Like, wow, that was scorching.
Yeah. Yeah, he always is.
Yo, and for real, M. Night Shyamalan will be the vice president.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan. Pretty sure he's going to be the vice president.
And Vivek Ramaswamy.
And Ramaswamy.
You just like saying his name. Stop it.
It's a
and Michael Obama kind of.
It's an Indian ticket.
It'll be.
Yeah, that's something. That is something.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so sad. My Roomba drove itself into the road. It killed itself.
Nice.
So sad.
I'm sorry, man.
Dumb.
Committed.
Who are these people?
Pour out some alcohol on the road, man. One for your homie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I always pour one out from my room, but so dumb.
I know.
So dumb.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up, you've been talking about spacesuits forever, and you may have brought this up and said it, but I'm so clueless and never saw it. I saw it, but never saw it. I was watching a thing on the U-2 spy plane just because, what the hell?
Sure.
They have nice footage, cool, things you could see from their video.
And at least it's real, it's not that ISS fake stuff.
Right, exactly. And what they showed, and like I said, I never caught this. They were like, it's too fatiguing, too stressful on the pilots. They're not allowed to fly more than one mission a week because they inflate the suits because of the high altitude, and the suit becomes stiff, like blown up like a balloon, like what would happen with the other space suits.
Yep.
And they showed it right
the
to my fucking face.
Syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never saw it. Never caught it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, but meanwhile, the astronauts can be in those spacesuits for long periods of time, but the pilots that go up in those
they
spy
wear
planes-
motorcycle gear,
Yeah.
like Mark loves to say. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
They literally are like wearing motorcycle gear.
Yep.
It's like Galactica 1980. Oh my God. This is so crappy. So crappy.
Yep. Anything else?
I got a quote.
Yeah. What you got?
Society has become so fake that the truth actually bothers people. Like, I saw that and I'm like, it's so true. When you talk to someone,
It is true.
they fucking get all snippy and pissy, and I'm just like, what, go fuck yourself. I don't care if you die by something stupid. Go away.
Yeah.
It's like, it's ridiculous to me.
Yep.
Maybe that's wrong and mean and all the whole deal, but I'm just sick of it. So stupid. Like, you don't even want to ask a legitimate question, have a conversation. Just dumb.
Thanks.
Dumb.
Cool. All right. What do you got for shout outs, my man?
Alrighty. Shout out to Mark Sargent, Patricia Steere, Karen B, Ice Queen, NDB,
Peanut,
Jerome.
Don't forget Peanut.
Peanut.
There you go.
No, I was gonna say Brian Burton. I don't know about Peanut.
Yeah.
That guy's shady.
Yeah.
Brian's cool, but Peanut's a little shady. BST tomorrow. And Jan, did you get the keychains yet? I know you said your friend told you they were pretty, but I don't know if you got them yet. I mailed her keychains. So I don't know if you got them yet. Well, I mean, I guess you understand English and you heard the words I just said, so there's that.
You're killing me, man. All right. Anything else before we?
I'm killing myself. I love you guys. Thank you every week for a nutty time and an escape from this ridiculous world.
All right. With that, we will be here next week. Same flat time, same flat channel, weather permitting. Say good night, Patricia.
Good night, everyone.
That was it?
Happy 4th.
Oh, happy 4th.
I heard there's a hurricane coming toward Texas. I read that in the chat, and since I live in Texas, that's bothering me now. So I have to go look into that.
Nice little dark spin on that.
Well, you're prepped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still.
Say good night, Zulu.
Ooh.
Good night, Zulu.
And Peanut, he just shakes his head. And it's like, why am I a part of this show? All right.
Why am I doing this
With
to
that,
myself?
we are going to go. We're doing.
Do this?
If you guys didn't notice already, we're doing an extended opening with all the credits, all the movie clips and media clips that we did in the thing on my channel. And as we're leaving, we're going to run the full song. I haven't committed to what the visuals will be yet, but we're going to experiment with some high altitude balloon footage, and we're going to let that go. But I'm going to drum for just a.
What about just all cats all the time?
Oh,
no.
Is that cat real?
This
Hi,
is
Greer. Greer's a good cat. You be good cat.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say roll music, roll credits, hot sex.
Hot sex.
Long live the truth seekers. Not so long life to the trolls.
As it's ever been.
So as I run this, you can do anything you want because we're not going to be back on screen. And they can hear us, of course. Because we got hot mics.
That's the lovely girl standing on the moon, wishing she had a breath of air. That's the lonely boy standing in the room, solo game musical chair. They say that Mars is close as it's ever been. Wound up chasing stars all over again. There's words for what you got, what you have, and what you'll ever need. There's love so many nights, so many nights, so many ways to believe.
Paige needs to get into her PJs with her cup of cocoa and her 6 marshmallows. Night, Mark.
Almost done. Poltergeist. I had to throw this in. Mike Jack. Jack.
You realize it's the same link every week. It never changes.
Yeah, I know. I should paste it somewhere, I think. I'll kill the stream right after this flag thing. It goes to my sister's dog on the beach running into her.
I like that part with Paige.
Yeah, that's cute.
It is cute.
With Alex's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nicole made that for me. Soviet Union TV sign-off.
I like that too.
Yeah. I don't have the whole thing. The whole thing's pretty cool. I miss 1992.
Mm-hmm.